What it do, Raider Nation?
What is
Was good,
happening?
was
What's happening,
good.
man?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. We are back and we're ready to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, let's get this
Yes,
thing cracking, man. It's five
yes, sir.
days, I think. I don't know how many days left, but we almost to the draft, man.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, let's hit it. Yo, what it do,
Yes,
what it do?
sir. Y'all back in the building, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe button on this glorious Saturday morning, man. As y'all already know, tomorrow is 420. Next week
Oh,
is the
shit.
draft. Dog, it's all lining up,
420.
man. So make sure y'all be tapping on the buttons, man. Come chill with you guys here on this glorious Saturday morning as we do.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, really quick before we do, just so y'all know, this is a pre-recorded show. Um, our special guest had a limited time, so we wanted to go ahead and still do the show, but we did go ahead and pre-record it, and we are in the chat chopping it up with you guys. So for
Facts.
sure, let us know your thoughts, and we're definitely going to be mixing it up for sure. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and introduce our next guest. You guys know him from the Ninth Island um, with his boy Simone Raider. They do the
Yes,
damn thing,
sir.
and they dropping fire content right now
All the time.
on all stuff WrestleMania. So make sure you guys tap into that. Plus, they do the Raider takes for sure. So let me go ahead and bring out none other. See if my boy's ready. Okay, you got to jump back out.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah. Something I was looking at that. Something happened.
yeah, a
But he
little
gonna come in.
technical.
He gonna be right back. All good, bro. We still got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
recording going and all that extra. So
yes, sir.
regardless of it, hold on.
All right. So let me go ahead and bring out our special guest, none other than Mr. Fitz. What it do, brother? Appreciate you
What
tapping
up?
in.
What up?
Yes,
Salute
sir,
to you, man.
man. What's the deal with you, big dog, man? Happy to have you here on this Saturday morning, bro. As
Yes,
you know.
sir.
Super early, super cold. I got to be outside because the kids are too loud. They
Oh, I
distract
agree.
me. You know what I mean? They're all up enjoying their Saturday morning. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna step outside so I could do this.
Yeah.
Hey, my man, you told me about the quantity that you got in the house right there as far as kids. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, I'm struggling. My one is waking me up at 5 religiously, so I'm struggling.
Yep.
My girl woke up. Sometimes wakes up at the same time as me. So 7 a.m. She up and she
Yeah, we on
rising
the dot.
shining.
You know what I'm saying? We on the
Yeah,
dot.
you know, I'm like, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
Especially on the weekend, dog. They be on work times, dog. Like
Yep.
get back to
Back
sleep.
to sleep. You know. Yeah, man. But hey, appreciate you tapping in, brother, with us on
Always.
this beautiful Saturday morning. For me, it's a little bit rainy here, but it's all good. So let's go ahead and get into it. And before we do, salute to everyone already here,
Mm-hmm.
already in the
Everybody in
building.
the chat, man.
Everyone pulling up with us to go ahead and join us on the show with Mr. Fitz. But we do have some topics that we definitely going to go ahead and talk about today. But let's go ahead and start off with I think the most recent news is
Mm-hmm.
Kolton Miller missing voluntary OTAs for a
Yeah.
contract extension. So um, he we have OTAs that started, I believe, early this week,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't a participant in that. So he has 1 year left on his contract, and he is looking to go ahead and get an extension on that. Now, he had a pretty good performance last year. He was battling through some injury, but still, especially towards the end of the season, looked pretty good. But now, since everybody and their mama getting extended, he looking for a handout too. So let's go ahead and get your thoughts on it. I'll start off with Mr. Fitz, what do you feel about that? About
Well, I
Kolton Miller?
mean, you said it
In
right there. He was injured. He was fighting through injuries last season, but he finished off strong. I mean, I know Colton personally. That's the homie, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I would love to see him, stay for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe eventually get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely get him on podcast. Yes, sir.
For me, bro, like I'm not trying to trade Kolton Miller this year at all, bro. It don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Like, and I know some people are like, get Membu in the draft and all that extra stuff. Membu has only played right tackle his whole career. You feel what I'm saying? So like we be getting that man and having him to go over there to a project. And let's remember, when we first got Colton, he had to do that same thing. And guess what? That first year was a growing pain year, dog. Like I'm not willing to go through that right now with a new tackle, dog. Like it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Grab Colton, and at the same time, bro, like he said, like you said, Jay, everybody else getting paid, Max getting paid, some other people are getting paid, but it's like just like Max, bro, like Colton been here since 2019, dog. I think he didn't had like 4 different head coaches and all different type of other stuff. Like
Right.
he didn't held it down in this time, dog. So I do agree he should be compensated like that, bro. He didn't held us down for a minute.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, as far as on my take, I'm like, I understand he wants to go ahead and get a contract extension. I'm totally with that. I don't know about missing practice, though. It's a voluntary one to get it, but you're entering a season where you're having a new head coach, new offensive coordinator. Every second of every time is pretty important, pretty critical, especially trying to learn into another new system. I feel that let it be heard, yes, but I feel you still need to show up and be the best version of yourself and go into that practice. I really do hope he does get an extension. About him having been traded away, I don't know. I don't know if that's really something realistic. Would they draft another offensive lineman? Yeah, but we've already said that that's going to happen. Not necessarily at the tackle position. We're looking more towards guard because that's the position of more of need. I feel that we're one position away of having a really immaculate offensive line. But to go ahead and have him either traded away and bring in somebody else and start over that whole process, it's going to be very difficult, to be honest with you. So I don't know if I'm really feeling that. But I mean, obviously we'll know soon enough what direction the Raiders will go in. With the
Can I
draft
ask y'all a
being
question
week
real
away.
quick though? Just
Yes, sir.
kind of to on the same topic. Now I think most of us are saying we don't want to trade Kolton Miller. Like we're fine with that. That don't make no sense. But at the same time, like I'm a person, I always play devil's advocate. We do have to look on like the front office side of things and say, okay, it's been a year, 2 years, maybe that you maybe been a little injured. You're 30. Does that worry anybody as far as that, or do you say like that don't matter to me right now? You know what I mean? We can rock another 2-3 years and we can keep it going.
Yeah, we give him 2 more years. Personally, that's what I think. You know what I mean? He still got it in him.
Yeah, and like y'all said, a lot of people said like that shoulder injury, bro. You can definitely see the difference from when he was hurt to when he was not hurt, dog. Like I saw it. And the offensive line got better as soon as he got healthy, dog. Everything was looking smooth. There's only one position that I have a problem with on that offensive line, but it wasn't coaching. So it's like,
Yeah,
so at the end of the day,
yeah,
bro, like I still think we good.
yeah.
I don't want to do that. Plus, we just got a new quarterback, dog. Like I don't want to do that.
Yeah, all that. And this is the thing, and I've said it with linemen before. It's that continuity is so important because you guys
Yeah,
are playing off of each other. You knowing what you're basically the guy to your right. If you're playing left guard, you're the guy to your right. Um, is doing. So all that is very important, and having to go ahead and bring in someone new, starting all over, learning their tendencies, all that it does make an impact. So trading him out, like if it's receiver, running back, that would be different. But when it's a lineman, that's a little bit more complex.
yeah,
I
bro.
feel so. Yeah, we'll obviously we'll see what happens with Kolton Miller. I'm pretty sure he's going to be with us for the season, and honestly, what I'm kind of thinking here is that if there's an extension that's going to happen, most likely it'll probably be towards that end of the season or mid-season, where they go ahead and do an extension on him. They probably just want him to go through the motions of training camp and OTAs and all that, so they can kind of evaluate to see where he's at as far as his injury was. Because I'm pretty sure that's something that's a little bit like that's something that's back
That
of the
gets
mind, you know.
it gets sticky off that, bro. Because if you look
Yeah.
at and I hate like pocket watching, but at the end of the day, like when you do content, you feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta look at their like what they're making. Like he's making like the 12th or 13th most money in the league, dog.
Mhm.
Like and I looked at the tackles that are getting paid above him. There's only like 4 that are better than him on that list. So it's like, yeah, if I'm getting paid the 13th, dog, and I'm looking at the list and there's only like probably like maybe 3 or 4 dudes that's better than me, then I want to get paid my worth. Like at that point, like, and like we said, bro, he done been through multiple regimes and this and that and all that. Like, bro, like, nah, dog. Like, we gotta probably take care of him too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But speaking of the draft, because literally we're a week out, literally a week out.
Can't wait.
Or less than that, because if you count day one, that's on Thursday. We on
can't
Saturday, so
I'm done with this damn. I'm done with this draft process, dog. Everybody getting annoyed towards this time, dog. When there's like a week left, either you repeating the same shit or everybody just give you the same dumb takes, bro. Like I don't want to hear this shit no work.
But I know we had Spy Tech and Carol do their presser yesterday, and they really haven't said anything new or anything that out of left field. But I think the biggest question is that will the Raiders make that trade for the 9th pick? That they mentioned something towards the lines that we're not going to go ahead and discount any options out there. If the phone rings, we're going to listen to the offer and go from there. So the Raiders making the trade for 9 with the Saints might be a possibility. What are you guys' thoughts on it? I don't know if you heard Fitz about Derek Carr's injury. Our old boy Derek Carr has an injury, and he might need surgery. He might be out for 2025. Not sure. And if that's the case, now the Saints have a problem at quarterback. So most likely also, too, they're probably not going to go ahead and keep Derek Carr after this season. So, what are your thoughts about possibly making a trade with the Saints, moving down a couple of spots, getting some draft capital before it? And
I mean, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, but I want the best player available. Yeah, I mean, and in my opinion, I don't want to trade back. I don't care about an extra 3rd, 4th round pick. Yeah, I mean, because in reality, unless Shedeur Sanders falls to 6, there ain't no good quarterbacks available. They'll be gone by the time pick 6 happens.
Right.
Exactly.
My whole thing with that is stay at 6, and I'm going with Ashton Jeanty on the draft pick.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's the best scenario. I mean, you go defense, but we got a solid defense right now, in my opinion. But I really want Ashton Jeanty.
Okay.
So
see, and we talked about that. People on my channel already know how I feel. Like I'm not saying he's not good, but I don't really want to draft him with 6 only because we got so many other needs right now. And our offensive line in flux right now. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't know if we should get. Plus, I like some of the other running backs in this class like a lot. So that would be some of that. For me, bro, like I'm all on the Shedeur train. If he falls to 6, dog, I'm doing that all day and night.
Oh yeah, if he falls to 6, we snagging him.
Yeah, I'm doing that all day and night, bro. I've told people if Pete does what we think he's gonna do, we're not gonna be in this position again to get no quarterback, dog. You're gonna have to trade your soul and future and all that extra. And bro, you already saw how people was acting last year with Jaden Daniels about trading 2 first rounds.
I was mad. I was one of those guys, man. I wanted Jaden. I was pissed, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And you saw our fan base last year, and arguably everybody was like, "Oh, Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback." Y'all out there was scared to do it last year. So what makes me think that next year y'all gonna be all willing? And no, we're not doing that, bro. Get your quarterback now while you're here, dog. You feel what I'm saying? And then we go into the season and see what happens. But yeah,
Well,
you gotta take care of that.
Here goes a little secret nobody really knows, right? So last year, I already knew that the Raiders were going to trade up to get a quarterback.
Right.
So in my whole circle, we all knew. So I was pissed off the week prior. I was sitting there like, please, just something happened, and nothing happened. I was like, man, fuck this shit, bro.
Now, thank God we got who we got, right? Thank God, Brock B fell in the lap.
We got Bowers, but
yeah,
could you imagine Jaden Daniels?
That's what I'm saying, dog. Nah. It hurts, and that's, bro. For me, it's 2 straight years because I want a CJ. I want to CJ. So that's been 2 straight years for me. I'm just leaving in disappointment. I feel that like how I felt with CJ, not to the degree of Jaden, because I feel like Jaden is a different animal, but really where I felt with CJ, I kind of feel that same little thing with Shedeur, bro, where I'm like, he can come in here, bro, and he be nice. I know a lot of people are questioning if he's this, if he's that. Can he play the position, and does he do the things that a quarterback's supposed to do at a high level? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like as far as everybody in his class, bro, he'll be able to do that. But, there'll probably be people in the comments calling me an idiot for that or whatever the case, because they don't like Shedeur. Don't matter to me, dog. I want a quarterback. We saw what happened with Atlanta last year. I mean, shit. Kirk was there. Everybody was cool. And then towards the middle of the season, what happened? We ended up seeing Michael Penix. And then all of a sudden, bro, I guarantee you, everybody, I was in Atlanta at the time. Everybody in Atlanta was like, thank God we did that. And at the beginning, everybody was mad. People was pissed about Penix. Then towards the middle of the season, they was like, dog, it's the smartest shit we could have did. Because you saw how it unfolded, dog. You saw how it worked out.
Yeah, for sure. I've said it why we need to go ahead and draft Shedeur at 6. We saw like you said, we saw the Commanders do it, and the kid literally took his team to the NFC Championship game. They're probably going to go most likely they're going to go back to the playoffs, probably back to the NFC Championship game, or if not, even a Super Bowl appearance possibly.
Even a mid quarterback like Bo Nix did something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
Come on now.
It's time to get a young one. We need to go ahead and get in the game, right? To go ahead and think that, a Will Howard might be a guy that, will take us to that point. I mean, mind you, he's going to have to sit behind Geno for the next at least 2 years for sure, right? If not more. Because he ain't going to be ready by next year. I don't think so. But Shedeur is going to give us the best possible run to go ahead and make it to that point. You want to go with the best. I don't see I like Geno. Don't get me wrong. I feel that this was a good move going ahead and going out and trading up and getting a quarterback for for the immediate future, right? But to see it where he's going to take us on a deep playoff run or make a Super Bowl appearance or we win a Super Bowl, because I've said it, this should be the goal for every Raider fan out there. And I know that's for the Raiders. I don't think it's going to be Geno. So if it's not Geno, then who else is it going to be? Because Geno's here at least 2 to 3 years, maybe. We have to have an answer, somebody of high caliber to be able to take us to that point. I feel Shedeur Sanders is that. Yeah. And I've heard that, some of the mock, the mock analysts out there and other analysts saying, a lot of coaches, a lot of GMs don't like Shedeur. They got turned off. Great. That's even better for us. That means he's going to fall to us. And honestly, he's projected to be there at 6, if not even farther down. That's if, we're going off the,
we don't know how the board falls.
Right?
Yeah, we have no idea how the board is going to fall. None of that, bro. Let me ask Mr. Fitz something, because this is a good little question, bro, because I seen it on y'all content. This for this a Oos question. So check me out, right? We got Ashton Jeanty on there, and I like Jeanty. But I feel right now like our receiver room is butt. Like, if you take out Jacoby Myers, you know what I mean? Like, it's trash. So I think you know where I'm going, dog. Like, what about McMillan? You feel what I'm saying? Where would you go, bro? Where would you go?
I know TJ really likes him, but I don't like That's the Uso, you know what I mean? T-Mac.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But I'm a Raider fan, so I'm putting the Raiders first before.
That's why I love it. That's why I love
You know
it.
what I mean? I'm not really, especially with some of the shit he said recently. Like, come on,
That film shit, yeah, I feel
yeah,
that.
like, come on, man. You got to be in it to win it. But I'm not really feeling T-Mac. I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
I feel if they take Jeanty, bro, for me, like, I'm like, all right, they take Jeanty, it is what it is, bro. It's just running back at 6, dog, when it's just like everything just don't feel like it's all the way there yet. You know what I mean?
Well,
I feel
if
like
you
we
think
still
back
got
to
one more
last
year.
year, with the Brock Bowers pick, everybody was like, "Why the fuck would we do that? We already got Michael Mayer." You know what I mean? And that worked out pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
and it's funny because a couple months ago I said, we were on the topic of the draft, and I'm like, watch the Raiders fuck around and draft a running back, in the first round. But then I started watching Jeanty and really looking into his life, him traveling and all that, and I'm like, man, that's a good guy right there. We fuck around and need to draft that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Now,
So,
if he gets in here, I just want to see him do well. You feel what I'm saying? That's my
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
I don't want to
We
Josh
just build-
Jacobs him. That's it,
we,
bro. Like,
we build slowly.
yeah.
We grab him there. That's the best player, like I said, in my opinion. Or if we trade back at 9, I wouldn't mind getting what's his name, Johnson from Michigan.
Oh, Will, yeah, Big Will, yeah.
I really like him too. You know what I mean? But if I'm going best player available at 6 and Shedeur Sanders is not there, Jeanty, man.
Because my thing is like, I don't want to Josh Jacobs him. You know what I mean? Like, we took Josh in the first round, but it's like, dog, you could see as the years before he left us, it's like, dog, we running this man to the ground. He's the offense. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody else. That's where I'm like, I don't want to do that to Jeanty. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I want him to come here. I want him to be able to use the full array of his superpowers and shit, and we see it all. Not having to struggle and be like, goddamn, there's 8 in the box, and this man got to make 2-3 people miss to get 5 yards. Like, I don't want to do that, bro.
No, exactly. No, for sure. That says Jeanty at 6. All right, interesting.
All right. If they take him, bro, if that's the name that's called, I can at least watch the highlights or film and not be mad. You feel what I'm saying? That was me last year. I was like, why'd they take Brock? And watch the highlights. I was like, well, shit, I understand now. I get it. I get it. So that's all I want.
I heard about, I heard a little bit and I looked a little bit into Brock Bowers during the draft, but I didn't think we were going to fucking pick him up.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at Fuaga. That's what I was looking at.
And he didn't really pan out in his rookie season.
They said he was okay.
Yeah, he was okay.
Right, yeah. Not like what we got. Shit, 100%. I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
100%. I'm good.
Yeah. Now, do you think at some point that the Raiders would move back into first, second, or third? Doing any trades, because I think the other one that's out there right now is that Aidan O'Connell might be traded during the draft for more draft picks. How do y'all feel about that being a possibility too, that he might be shipped out to get some more draft capital?
There you go. Yep.
I'm over it. I'm over him.
Yes, sir.
I was a big fan of his, but man, it didn't pan out. So why are we gonna keep something just for no reason, in my opinion? So if it came down to it and we were able to get some draft capital out of him, do it.
Hell yeah. We know he's a backup at this point, bro. Like us projecting starter shit, it's not there, right? We got to get a young dude where we can actually see him start in 2 to 3 years. So like that's not Aiden. He just let him go to New England, bro, with Josh McDaniels again. You feel what I'm saying? Backup Drake May. That's actually perfect for him. I ain't gonna cap to you. That might be the perfect role.
What do you think we would get for Aiden if he does get traded?
A bag of chips. Frito Lay. That's it, dog.
Shit, I'll take a 6th-round pick for him. Fuck it.
Yeah. That's it. That's all you can get. We got like 3. See, I would hope to try to get a 5th, and the only reason I want to get a 5th is because I don't know if you're gonna bring it up later, but everybody's talking about that Jalen Ramsey shit. I'm trying to get as close to it as I can. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep, for sure. Let's kind of get into that one. The whole Jalen Ramsey situation has been a highlight, and then obviously anything that happens, Raiders, we always you always get tied into it. Anything that happens in general in the National Football League.
That's a
Raiders
fact,
get tied
bro.
into it some way, shape, or form,
That's
right?
fair.
So obviously, Jaden and the Dolphins have mutually agreed to go ahead and look for trades. And so obviously we're needing a corner. We let go of Jack a couple of weeks ago. So we are definitely needing corner, and that room is a little bit light.
Right.
So how do y'all feel about trading for Jalen Ramsey? And then if so, what would be the offer?
Go ahead, Fitz.
If we were to snag him, I mean, yeah, I'd give a 5th or 6th round pick for him.
Only because we got to pay that $21 million.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But and Fitz said something earlier where it nullifies that. Like you said, it's taking maybe Will Johnson. Now we don't have to take no corner in the first round. Maybe even, I mean, you can look in the second round, you can go BPA. If you want to take a corner, maybe, but then that doesn't even have, you don't even have to take one in the second round either. You know what I mean? Because the way it looks right now, as far as what we're going to do, if you take Jeanty at 6, sure. Your second rounder damn near has to be a receiver or a running back or no, you already took a running back. So you're going to have to take a corner or a receiver in the second round, right? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's literally how it's going. But if you
Yeah.
get Jalen Ramsey, you nullify that. Now you can take, all right, what's the best receiver on the board, dog? Or well, maybe I do like this D tackle right here. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe I can't take it, but you don't have to pigeonhole yourself into anything. For me, that's where I'm like, if we get him, we don't have to pigeonhole ourselves, and he makes our defense immediately better, dog. There's no corner on our team that's better than Jalen Ramsey at 30 right now. There's 0.
Yeah, for sure. This is the thing with trading up for Jalen. Doing that trade and getting him over to risk instantly boosts up your defense. There is no lag time. Obviously, you just gotta learn the skill, but it's like boom, instant. What would I trade for him? Looking at his contract, and we got to talk about that because that's also important.
Right.
So I think he has $26.5 million contract for already, or 25. 4 has already been paid out to him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now he has about just over 21 left. And if there's a trade, we would have to go ahead and pick up the tab on that. He's going to want an extension on top of that. So what does an extension look like for him? I'm thinking it's still going to be around that range. Even if you make it team friendly, maybe about 18, 19, around that range.
That sounds like a good number. That sounds like
right.
a good number.
So you got to think about that. Do we have the space? We do. It would eat up about half of it if we were to go ahead and pick them up, and then we would have to make an extension to kind of make it make sense, right? I wouldn't trade no more than a 6 for him, especially picking up that tab. I know people said no more than a 5th, but honestly, for me, looking at the measurables and the contract, it's a 6 for me. They would. And this is the thing with Miami, you might be able to sell that because they're in cap hell. So they are needing space for it. And they might be willing to accept something like that. Or like, hey, you know what? We'll go ahead and give you the 6. We're going to go ahead and take over his contract. And you guys clear 21 million. You guys can go ahead and make a few moves. You guys can pick up a player in the draft. We can give him the highest 6. Give him that. Give him the high 6. Here you go. Here's the high 6. We'll take over his contract. You guys clear 21 million.
Well, see, because then the thing would be, like, for me, I understand, like, you saying 6 rounder. Reason I would go up to a 5th is, like, every time I look at this depth chart as far as the corners, dog, like, I only got confidence in one dude. And that's really, like, Jacorian. And even with Jacorian, dog, it's been 2 straight years. He ain't finished the season. So then off of that, like, you feel me? Like, and once we get to Mr. Fitz' point where, like, we know players and shit like that, it's going to be hard for me to start biting my tongue off of certain shit like this. Because it's like, dog, it's 2 years that you ain't finished the season, but now you're automatically CB1. Like, that's every week, dog, you're going against the other team's best receiver, dog. So, like, that's not no small feat. So then our cornerback 2 is either Eric Stokes or DeCamerion Richardson. Hey, May the Lord bless the Cameron Richardson heart. I ain't there, dog. I don't have that confidence. You feel what I'm saying? I need somebody that I have confidence in that we're not gonna get barbecue chicken each week. You feel like right now? I don't know. I do not know. That D line got to be monstrous right now for us. It has to be.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that D line looks like this year.
Me too. I want to add to it though. That's why I want to add, bro. Like if we get a Mason Graham or a Walter Nolan or something like that, like now I don't really care about the corners. You feel what I'm saying? Because our D line is so nasty, they ain't gonna have that much time. So like if we not gonna get a corner, dog, you got to add to the D line room some way somehow. But Kuntz being back, I'm happy, bro. I'm excited. I'm ready.
Yeah, because now you have Crosby, you have Wilkins, you have Butler, and then you have Kuntz.
Well, we only see like 2-3 games of that like combination. I mean, Kuntz didn't even play, dog. Like,
he was out all season last year.
He was out all season. Yep.
Barely saw Christian. You know what I mean? Like that. And then Max got hurt towards the end, bro, and we didn't see nothing.
Yeah. I mean, we only saw Adam Butler, and I think he did a phenomenal job last year. I was very impressed with him.
Even what's Buddy, bro? Is it Luwalu? Is that his name, bro? I think. Yeah, I like him, bro.
Talking about the linebacker?
Nah, the DT. I think he's 96. Jonah or something. We might have picked him up like
Laulu.
Oh, Laulu. Yeah, him, bro. I like him. He played pretty well last year, bro.
He came in like towards the end of the season and ended up with 1 sack and like 15 pressures or something like that.
Yeah, bro. But against the run, he was making some noise. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, bro, I want to see him play a little bit more, dog. Get a little bit more rotation in there.
I'm excited about Isaiah, bro.
Oh. Hey, I've been talking about Palomar for 2 years now, dog. I really want him to do his thing.
He stepped the fuck up, bro. I'm not worried about that. And I'm excited to see what he does this season.
I'm happy they put him with
a couple games. I think 2 of the games last year he saved us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I've told people multiple times, bro, like in the limited role that he's always played, even ever since like we've got him, he's always around the football, dog, like always. So I like that thing. And pairing him with Chin, dog, like we got one of the more physical, bigger safeties in the league for sure.
Yep, I'm excited to see what he does this season now that he's earned his spot.
Facts. Yeah. I do think we maybe should get a third safety though, no cap, to let Chin roam around in the box. Because I like Palomar for me, he's not like a true center field type of safety. You feel what I'm saying? Where like I could just put him back there. He played the C-Dub role, Charles Woodson role. I don't see him doing that. I want him being more physical with the tight ends down there. You know what I mean? Like doing shit like that. But I'm excited for him, bro.
Yeah, same. You know, so I mean, there's some out there. There's some out there that are in the draft. That you know we can definitely. I forgot that dude's name. I think he's from Penn State.
Winston. I think it's Kevin Winston or something like that.
Something like that. I think so.
I'm looking free agency, dog. I ain't gonna cap to you. I saw Justin Simmons out there. I might do that on the cheap. You know what I mean? Just on the cheap.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's still definitely an option that we can still pick up players in free agency. I mean, there's still a lot of dudes out there. I mean, who's still out there? Old boy, Amari Cooper still out there. Hunter's still out there. There's like a lot of people out there. No, I'm not saying we're gonna get them, but I'm just saying there's people that are
Amari
out there.
Cooper is the one I'm like.
Teams.
I'm not with that, dog.
Yeah, if that would have been, if that was gonna be a reunion. Yeah,
that's right.
That was gonna be a reunion. Would have happened already, but yeah.
Tyler Lockett, maybe like I think you said it, like after the draft, we could. That's probably a possibility for sure. You're looking at Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, I think they're wanting to see kind of how the draft pans out and who are they able to go ahead and get from what they have in their big board. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how it shapes out. Now, let me ask you guys this, and I know this is a little bit off topic. Well, it's still on topic, but not something we have planned. But do you think our boy Tom Brady is gonna be in there, and he's gonna be like, you know what? I want you guys to pick up Shedeur. Do you think it's gonna be that type of situation, or do you think that conversations have already been had?
I mean, I think they maybe have talked about it. Maybe he's pushing the issue. If he does, I hate to say this out loud, but I'm trusting Tom Brady. You know what I mean? If he if he wants Shedeur Sanders, he's gonna make it happen, and I'm gonna support that move.
And if he passes, like we're gonna have to
If he
understand
passes,
that
that
too.
means he knows something because he trained
Yeah,
him.
exactly. And that's what I've been telling myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like if he pass, I gotta understand. But like, if you pass for Quinn Ewers or something, it's hard for me to see that vision. I gotta, you feel what I'm saying? I gotta see it. But Tom, like I do trust Tom. You know what I mean? I think Tom, so far as it's went, it seems like there is a plan, going forward.
Especially with him trying to recruit like Matthew Stafford,
Yeah, there's a plan.
Stuff. The tables are turning slowly right now, and I feel at one point we're going to thank Tom Brady for turning this team around, because Tom Brady just wanted to be a part of an organization, and Mark Davis gave him that opportunity. So he's going to do everything in his power to be like, hey, I'm the main reason the Raiders are good now. You know what I mean? I'm the main reason the Raiders won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So Andy O's is a fucking Super Bowl. So
Andy O's is a Super Bowl, sure.
And like for me, bro, like I can never be mad at Mark. Mark tries. You know what I mean? I look at all the NFL owners around here. I'm like, dog, y'all really be mad at Mark? Like Mark is one of the better owners in the NFL, dog. He actually wants to win. Now he may have went about it weird ways at times, but he actually be trying.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'm not gonna lie to both of y'all, dog. If it's me, if Shedeur on 6, I need Mark to pull that button one time, dog. Pull that money out one time. I want Shedeur at 6, dog. You better make it happen. I don't care what you do for the rest of the draft, bro. Make it happen. Pull the money out one time, Mark. That's all I want. Pull the money on the floor. Put the money on the floor and let them know. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, I mean, I think that conversation's probably already been had. This is the thing with Spytech and Pete. They've been doing some cloak and dagger shit lately. So I feel like there's a lot of misinformation that's been put out there by them that people don't.
I love the way they handle
it.
Yeah, they're handling this shit crazy.
They handle it pretty crazy. Because there's some. I mean, honestly, I didn't know about. I know the Geno thing bleeped up at one point, but I really didn't see that coming. I mean, I know that they had the continuity was there. We really the look was with Russell Wilson, and boom, Geno happened, right? So there's a lot of cloak and dagger shit that happens that they don't be telling people, and it's just like boom,
that's why I don't know about this Jeanty thing in the draft. Oh, not saying he's good, but it's like, are they playing the role? Because I mean, like, bro, ever since the season ended, that is the one player that everybody has given us in mock drafts. It don't matter where you look, dog. Like, if you have 5 mock drafts, probably 4 of them got us taking Ashton Jeanty. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so if it's me, I mean, you could play the role pretty easy. You know what I mean? And say, yeah, we probably gonna take him and blah blah, and then switch it up and take somebody else. But this depends how they gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
So, there's gonna be no Alex Leatherwood type ass pick, bro. If that's what you
I hope not. Can't do that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't think they're gonna give us that, but like no Damon Arnett or Leatherwood, I don't think that's gonna happen. But hey, dog, the PTSD creep in around this time of year, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep. Let me ask Mr. Fitz this question. So how do you think this season's gonna pan out? Looking at it so far, we picked up Geno, we picked up some players out there, we picked up Jeremy Chin, we were able to go ahead and replace Moreg. We're
D-line's healthy.
The D-line's healthy. We're looking to add some weapons to our offense. So, what do you think how will the Raiders do this season? What do you think their record's going to end up like, in your opinion?
We're going to the playoffs, bro. Hands down. And the only reason why I say this is, because I'm into wrestling too. But did you know the last 10 WrestleManias, wherever they were held at, the team went to a deep playoff run? Did you know that?
Really?
No.
The last 10 years. If you look at Philadelphia, that's where WrestleMania was held last year. Who won the Super Bowl?
Philly. Yeah,
The year before that was the Rams. They went to the playoffs. Well, they were knocked out in round 2. You know what I mean? But every team for the last 10 years that WrestleMania has held the event at has done a deep playoff run or won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like it.
I'm going with the theory that the Raiders are going for a deep playoff
run. Hey, that's cool with me, dog. Hey, I'd have told Jay multiple times, dog. I mean, it might sound dramatic, but I don't care, dog. I see one playoff win, I might shed a tear. Dog. I ain't seen nothing like that in my whole entire lifetime. That's all I want to see.
It's been 25 years.
For me, yeah, it's been a while. When I was a kid, I watched us go to the Super Bowl, so I remember that too, watching it with the family. You know what I mean? So I remember those days, but those are vague for me.
See, that's what I'm saying, dog. At least you even got vague days, dog. You know, Jay, I be sitting here, dog. I have to hold on to 2016 with the vice script. That's all I have. That's all I have to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, that's the last time I saw him in like actually win a playoff game was back in like 2000 and 2002, 2001, that era. Yeah. I mean, we went to the Super Bowl 2002. Yeah.
So sick.
I remember those days. I was a kid. Yeah. I was a teenager, but a young teenager. But I remember the family getting together. I remember us watching. I remember watching it myself. You know what I mean? So vague, but I remember those days.
But see, I know the NFL is better when the Raiders are good, bro. It's like, you know, basketball, Lakers are good, or certain teams are good. You like, you know, it just feel like basketball or feel like football. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got to get back to that, dog. We just got to get back to it. But wild card is all I want this year. That's if we get the wild card, I'm cool with that.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel that if we have a really good season, we might fuck around and sneak in that like a wild card, you know,
like how the Broncos did last year. You know, the Chargers did last year. Pretty simple. You know, you win one game, I'm fine with that. I'm not asking to win the Super Bowl this year, dog. Like we got to build to that. But one game, I'm cool, bro. I'm straight.
Yeah, exactly. And shit, you never know. It might happen. You know, we might not have an impressive record, but if we clear the division,
playoffs,
you never know. You never know.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I honestly want that. I want us to either split the division and go 3-3, or have 4-2 type record. If we can, I mean, or shit, even 6-0, that would be amazing in the conference. But we would have to have a really well built team, because you have contenders like KC, you have the Chargers, you have the Broncos, and Broncos.
See, that's where I differ with people, bro. I think we're better than the Chargers. Like I really do.
Oh, I think
the Broncos is the one that I'm looking at now. Where I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? They kind of signed some dudes. So I'm like, I gotta kind of see. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? They made a couple moves. So I ain't gonna lie to you.
They took some injury-prone players. That's what they did.
That is the one knock that I have been saying though. That Hufanga and
they took a chance. There's a reason why. There's a reason why the Niners let him go.
Yeah.
You want to gamble on injury-prone players? You know what I mean? They're gonna get hurt. Hopefully.
Yeah. Because if they not, and these motherfuckers are fully healthy for 17 games, I worry.
We gotta worry.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. Let me see. I think we got most of the topics covered as far as Raider wise. But let me ask you this, for Mr. Fitz. Mm-hmm. How long you been a Raider fan? What really got you into the Raiders content creating? And we'll talk about your other stuff you have going on that you're currently doing. And tell us a little bit about you, bro.
So I come from a household of Raider fans. Everybody in my household was Raider fans, and everybody till this day is. The only one is my sister Ula. She's the only one that switched up to become a Rams fan because of her husband. So, but as far as everybody else, everybody diehard Raider fan. I remember watching the games, every Sunday as a kid. I remember, family pissed off when we started slowly going downhill, and it's been that way ever since. You know what I mean? So, as far as being a Raiders fan, I've been a Raider fan my whole life. Content creating, I originally was doing dark humor, jokes, and shit like that.
Okay.
And I was going viral, super viral for all my dark comedy. And then, but I'm a big football hit. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
Yeah.
outside of the dark humor stuff, on Sundays, before I started going to all the games, Sundays, but my family now is continuing that tradition. My kids are younger, you know what I mean? So my
Yeah.
nephews and shit, when they watch games on Sunday, our Sundays used to be wake up at 6 a.m. or sometimes at 5, depending if they're playing overseas. Get
Yeah.
breakfast going, you know what I mean? Get dinner ready, by marinating whatever I got to marinate.
Right.
Sundays is ritual. Turn on, and it's not just the Raiders game. That's the main game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
hell yeah, it's
we
all
watching
day.
football all day.
All day.
I'm placing my bets. You know what I mean? I'm doing all that
Mhm.
shit, and that's when we started doing the dark humor stuff and I started blowing up. I was starting to talk shit, to my in-laws. Long story short, I like talking shit to my in-laws. So I had
Yeah.
cracked a joke. I had cracked a joke one day in
Hey.
front of the whole family, and everybody was dying. They're like, "Man, that'd be a good skit. Why don't you start talking shit on social media since you're already viral, about football?" And I thought about it and was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So I did one video, and it was how Raider
Yeah.
fans fight, how Niner fans fight, and how Cowboy fans fight. Overnight, 500,000 views.
Mm.
I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because the dark humor, you know what I mean? Dark humor, it was like, it'd do good on views, maybe 20, 30,000 views. And then every
Right.
now and then, a couple million. So for
Yeah.
the first fucking football video I did to do 500,000 views, I was like, what the fuck? So then the next one I did was the how they take shots.
Yeah.
And that one
Yeah.
did a couple million. And I was like, what the fuck? 2 for 2.
Yeah.
So I just started doing a hell of football content, and everything was hitting that first like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
That's how it
So,
go, bro. That's fine. That is
so I've
fine.
been just sticking with football ever since.
Yeah. Let me ask you, how did you link up with Simone Ray with TJ? And you guys doing big things. You guys have the Ninth Island production
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
doing big things. And so let us know, let our viewers know kind of like how did that happen, and what you guys have going on with Nine Island and all that.
So as I started blowing up, he sent me a DM. He's like, "Damn, Oos, it's good to see another Uso, doing Raiders content."
Right on.
I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm still getting used to this." He was like, "Hey, the next time I'm in Vegas, let's link up and do a video." So I was like, "All right, cool," you know what I mean? And then, we met, we went out to eat and shit, did our skits. And then he told me he was moving to Vegas. And then, I was like, "Oh, cool. So we could do more content type shit."
Right.
Yeah.
So he moved to Vegas. We linked up, and the next thing you know, we was doing all kinds of shit together. We were going to all the events. You know what I mean? Just doing everything. So that's what led to the podcast, and that's what led to the Ninth Island media page.
Hmm.
Fire, bro. And like I told y'all even before we started, bro. Like, yeah, what y'all be doing over there, bro, really, really fire, bro. Really inspiring too. Even before I did content, was watching y'all. So it's like definitely love to see what y'all doing, bro. Y'all doing y'all thing for sure.
Oh
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
for sure, 100%. And speaking of Ninth Island, you guys are doing a WrestleMania content.
We are
We got
covering
to
the
see a little
seven.
bit already.
Yep.
Let us know what you guys kind of sort of more or less have planned, and what we expect to see as far as content from WrestleMania coming out. Because we have some fans that are watching right now, and shout out to them
Facts.
that are wrestling fans. I'm one of them. I'm gonna be watching Mania tonight, bro, for
I'll
sure.
be
Okay.
there.
There you go.
I'll be
There you
Okay.
there
go.
tonight.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So let us know kind of what you guys have working on, or what you guys are gonna kind of put. Give us a little tidbit, a little sneak peek
All
of
right,
what
so
you guys have.
starting after this WrestleMania, we will be covering all the major events in wrestling. So we'll be going to SummerSlam, all the major events. This weekend we did media day yesterday. We are covering WrestleMania today and tomorrow, and we'll be at Monday Night Raw since it's going to be here. So going forward, it's going to be football and wrestling content.
Fire.
Nice.
Fire. Gotta expand that, man. We gotta expand always.
Yeah. Raw, so y'all gonna be at Raw too. Damn. All
Yeah.
right.
Well, I mean, we could have went last night to
Yeah.
SmackDown,
To SmackDown.
but an artist that that I really love that I haven't seen perform, and he performs very few times, in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a poly reggae artist. So he
Oh,
came
Okay.
out here last night and he performed, and there was no way in hell that I was missing his performance.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
missed it the last time, which was several years ago, and he didn't perform since then. And then he just did it again last night. So I was like, man, I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Man, I
I'm
feel
going to
that.
I'm gonna get fucked up, and I'm gonna watch that show.
Man,
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to my
There you go.
first concert this year, dog. So I'm excited. I've never been to no concert, so I'm going to my first one.
You guys know we
Yeah.
do giveaways on the channel now.
Oh,
We're giving away Kendrick Lamar tickets.
That's the
Actually,
damn one I'm going to. That's the
Yeah,
There you
damn
go.
Hey.
we're giving away 2 Kendrick Lamar tickets. I want to say
That's
Monday
fire.
or Tuesday.
Well, y'all hear it first, man. Y'all trying to go ahead and watch that show, man. Hey, get into that giveaway, bro.
Every
Get into
month
that
we'll be
giveaway.
giving away tickets to concerts.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. Yeah. If y'all want to go ahead and watch some Kendrick, man, go ahead and tap in with Mr. Fitz and them and Ninth Island, man. So y'all can go ahead and tap in with the giveaway. I feel like I missed my WWE window. Like I'm not the biggest fan, and I feel like everybody that's the biggest fan was watching that shit since they was kids. So it was like I feel like I missed my window.
I was, I stopped watching wrestling a long time ago, but what happened was the Samoans came in. Yeah, Roman
Yep.
Reigns from the Shield.
Yep.
I started seeing all these Samoans coming and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? They got all the Usos in the WWE
Oh, yeah.
now.
They do.
So a couple,
Mhm.
2 years ago,
Oh,
3
yeah.
years ago, I started watching again because, you got a big sport, one of the fastest growing sports, wrestling, in the entertainment business. And then you got several main characters that are Samoan.
Right.
And Tongan, you got Tongans in there now too. So like to see our people on a big platform like that running this shit is like, for me, is like, it's history in the making for our people.
Yeah, love that, bro. I love to see that, bro. Hey, if you in Southern California, everybody, you already know, man. There's a big Oosh community out here, man. So
Yep.
anywhere you at in Southern California, bro, you already know what time it is, dog.
Exactly. Yeah. No, for sure. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to go ahead and put out more WrestleMania content. And hey, Ron, it's never too late, bro. I stopped watching I stopped watching wrestling for a bit too. I think when after the Attitude Era, the storylines weren't that great, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get past that a little bit. And then they brought Triple H back. He's in the mix. He's actually in charge of like doing all the content, the storylines.
Oh, that's
and
fire.
he's from that Attitude Era. The Attitude
Yeah,
Era.
I
So
didn't
we're
know
seeing,
he was
seeing
doing
a
that.
little bit of that come back, bro.
Yep.
So some of the storylines are becoming more hot, but yeah, man, I can't wait to see what you guys put out for sure. Let them know really quick where they can go ahead and find you on your socials, YouTube, all that. That way they can go ahead and catch your content for sure.
So on all platforms is Mr. MRFITZ 714. All platforms you can find me. The podcast and the giveaways and all the stuff we do has a separate page. It's Ninth Island, NINT. Oh wait, NINTH, and then Island spelled ISLVND.
Okay. That's Hey, y'all logo is hard, bro. Y'all logo is tough.
Yeah,
We got our shirts we made. Ninth Island shirts for WrestleMania with the WrestleMania theme.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be rocking those today.
That's gonna be tough, bro. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoy that whole WrestleMania thing, man. I know, Jay, you say you're gonna be watching, bro. I'm going to the movies today, man. I gotta go see that Sinners movie that Michael B. Jordan is.
Oh, bro, I want
Oh
to see
yeah,
that
that looks hard.
Hey,
bro.
dog, I'm in here. I gotta go see it for somebody spoil it, dog. It's only
Yeah.
been some hours, but everybody been talking about it, so I gotta go see it.
I know. I gotta wait till like it comes out like on HBO or some fucking stream because
I feel you.
and it'd be hard going to the movies. Hey, bless you, bro, because I don't know. I don't know how
Because I got my parents and shit, so I'm like immediately, dog. I needed 2 hours so you can watch the little
like
one.
2 hours. Here you go.
Yeah, me and wifey
Happy
gonna go
grandson.
take a little movie
There you
date
go.
real quick. I need
That's
2
important,
hours.
bro.
Oh yeah,
that's
facts.
important. Yeah, so we gotta wait till like it comes out on stream. We're like, oh yeah, like
So
that
like my
movie
boy
came out.
JB struggling, dog.
We're like, oh
Boy
yeah, it
JB
came out,
struggling.
bro. And these kids, my boy Loose knows, man, it's hard to take the
Oh
family
yeah.
to stuff like that, like
I take them on
yeah,
Tuesdays. Over here for Tuesdays, it's
uh-huh.
$5 per person.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay. Oh
At
fine.
yeah,
South
that
Point
Tuesday
Casino.
matinee. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I remember back in the day. This is when we was young. You feel what I'm saying? You go in summer, that summer matinee show, and like $5, whatever. You staying there all day, dog. That's back in
Oh
the day.
yeah, watching movies
Now,
upon movies for
now that
sure.
shit costs
Well,
$50 to stay in there 2 hours. You don't
Shit,
want to do that
remember
shit at
back in
all.
the days with bootleggers from the Walmarts and
Ooh,
shit?
hell yeah, boy.
Four
That
for
that
20,
hey,
4 for
copy,
20. Let me get the
that
movie.
flimsy ass little plastic shit that they
Yeah.
be trying to
yeah.
sell you.
Hey, some of
Yeah,
them ain't
sir.
that bad, bro. There's some of them pretty good. I'm like,
No, they
okay.
had some good quality in that motherfucker
Yeah.
sometimes, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
The really cheap ones are like, oh, they're
Oh
like
yeah.
$3. I'm like, I don't know
Until
if
you
I
get the
want to
one where
feel
you
that shaking, that shaking video,
till you get that one where it looked like that motherfucker was doing this the whole time.
Yeah. Facts, bro. Facts. But no, hey, that's cool, bro. Shit. You gotta do stuff when you can for sure.
Factuals.
My
Man, but
kids,
hey,
they're still a little too young, so
I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing. Hey, but appreciate you, Mr. Fitz, as always, brother. Just pulling up on us, man, and
Yes,
just
sir.
having a little time just to have this discussion, bro. It was a fun one for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, appreciate you, brother. And man, you guys have fun this weekend at Mania, man. I can't wait to see all that content that comes
Yes,
out for
sir.
sure. Yeah,
Factuals.
yeah. But that is it for us. Again, want to salute to everyone that pulled up with us on the Saturday morning. Appreciate everyone tapping in. As usual, make sure you guys head on over and hit that like and subscribe button. Give us those thumbs up. It does help to support the show. Also, too, if you guys want to get off the bench and get into the game, make sure you guys become a member today. We have the links pinged up in our channel. I have the link pinned up top on my chat. So make sure you guys head on over, become a member today. I'm actually going to be doing a member show on Wednesday.
Fire.
And we're going to be doing a mock draft. That'll be a members only. So make sure you guys go ahead and become a member. It's only $2.99 and be a part of the game. And then we're going to be doing fun stuff. We got some giveaways I'm going to be planning as well. A lot of rated content, lives just for the members only. So, make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Next week, and let's go ahead and before we sign off, let's go ahead and just kind of give a little bit of the rundown for the draft because next week is for Good Morning Warriors is going to be the third day of the draft. So it's going to be rounds 4, 5, and 6 and 7. We're going to be doing live. We're probably going to most likely start early on that day. And we're probably going to start at 9 a.m. Pacific. That's when the draft really kicks off.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about it. We're not going to have it up, but we're going to be probably tapping in and seeing how the draft is going for rounds 4, 5, and 6. Maybe 7. We'll see. We're going to have some guests on for sure. So we're going to be doing the damn thing. So make sure you guys tap in for that. Turn on your notifications.
Factuals, bro.
And obviously, as news drops, we go on. So you don't want to
Next Saturday is for the football sickos and weirdos, man. Nobody like to watch that 4 through 7, bro. But we're gonna keep you tapped in.
It's still important, bro. It's still important.
Yeah, we're gonna keep you tapped
Never know.
in.
We might get another running back. We might pick up a linebacker. We might pick up a lot of different stuff. So it is important. And then obviously we got Monday, and we'll definitely go ahead and chop it up and talk about it as well. But make sure you guys tap in for next Saturday. That'll be a special Good Morning Raiders draft show. We're going to be doing it earlier. We're probably doing it longer. And we're going to be covering a lot of stuff, and we'll definitely have some good guests coming on as well. So make sure you guys are tapped in. But other than that, appreciate everyone pulling up. We're about to go ahead and get up out of here. And so make sure you guys, again, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button on all the channels. And we have Mr. Fitz channel also down
in the description. Make
Yes.
sure y'all tap in with our guy, man. We appreciate him as always, man. Make sure y'all be safe out there, make smart decisions. Y'all already know, man. We got a week left to the draft, man. So can't wait to see y'all.
Yep. And then until next time, nation. Peace. Just Raiders, baby. Later.
Good stuff, guys.
Mm-hmm.